Today's episode, I like to go back and tell stories when it's just Natalie and I, stuff that we'll probably never get to with another guest on the air. And today's story, Natalie and I talked about it before the podcast started, about that lawyer that booked that show. Do you want to set this up?
So, I mean, he ended up being really nice. I think he was just a little uptight and worried about how the party was going to go.
We didn't know that. That's the ending. You just gave it away. Great. All right, next subject. We didn't know he was nice. You told me. The guy was like...
he ended up being nice.
Right,
I didn't say he was nice to begin with.
He wasn't nice to begin with.
So he wanted to book us to perform at his parents' 50th wedding anniversary. He wants everything to be flawless. You know, he hadn't seen us before, but I guess someone had recommended us, or I don't really know. I can't remember how he heard about us.
And this was 4 years ago.
Not even, but he booked us, and while we were still on the phone, he pretty much was like, you had better do a good job. You better do a good job. It was like threatening. It's like, or what? Like, what is the or what? What's going to happen? But I wasn't really worried about it because, I mean, we always do the best that we can and are fairly well liked. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't have this as your full-time job if you weren't, right? So it's just funny. He was very uptight. He called 1,000,001 times to make sure everything was lined up, everything was fine. You're going to do a good job. You're only going to do 30 minutes. I don't want a full 45 minutes. I don't think it's going to go, or I don't think people are going to want a 45-minute magic show. Like, he hired us, but then he was kind of poo-pooing us at the same time. And it's like, whatever.
All we know is he's a lawyer, and he's, like, threatening us and letting us know he's a lawyer, and you better do a good job. I'm a lawyer. You better do a good job.
But he doesn't want a full show. He only wants a half hour, not 45 minute, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, who knows what that threat was. Who knows? Anyway, we get there, we set up, start doing...
All right, well, wait. We get there, and it's at some country club or something, and we have to unload at the front door. But then I had to park a mile down the road. Do you remember that?
Yeah. The park, it's like there was a circle drive, and then the parking lot where you parked was down the hill and then around the corner. And so, yeah.
Well, anyway, so we unload everything, and then I have to carry everything. And Natalie sits inside and just babysits our equipment, and I have to go park it in the next state. And then I'm walking back. Luckily, we have this pretty down pat, so she was able to set everything up. As I come in, drenching wet. It was hot and it was brutal. But you had most of it set up by that point.
Yeah.
And he was nice. He was introducing himself to us. Hey, I'm this guy. Whatever. Da da da.
Remember, I'm the guy that threatened you.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
And remember, it's only 30 minutes, and you're going to be over here, and then after this, we're going to do this. And he was just really uptight.
Right. And so I take pictures and videos during the shows, during the parts that I'm not in. And so that's what I was doing. And he came up to me during the show and he goes, "This is going great. Go ahead and do the full 45 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Which is fine because I set everything up. Like we were doing a normal show. And then just, when 30 minutes is up, give the thumbs up, all right, end the show. And Wes would just end the show early instead of doing everything. So everything was set up. I didn't have to prep anything else.
And the reason we do that is because sometimes we like to call an audible. We'll say, hey, do this trick instead of this trick. I think this will go better at this point. Because we had a full show set up, it's not, hey, let's do that trick or do this trick. We'll do that one.
Yeah.
So luckily you did have everything set up.
Yeah. So, all set up, and I just told Wes, I said, just keep on going. He wants the full show now. So he got a taste of what the show really was. I don't know what he thought he was hiring. If he thought he was hiring a hokey person that was just going to entertain, like, kid level, or if he thought, I don't know what he thought. But obviously he didn't think very highly of us, but then he saw part of the show, and he enjoyed himself. And he was so complimentary afterwards. Just really, really nice. And then his mom, you know, it was for his mom and his dad. And his mom was really sweet. She had handmade these little giveaway bags. And she had extras, and she just insisted that Lana take one. And it's real cute. She had like a little bird on a stick that you could, like a pick type thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a thin stick and a bird stuck on top of it, so you could put it like in a garden plant or something, and make it look cute.
I don't remember that part.
Lana still has it up in her room.
Well, so I believe that. She keeps everything.
She does.
She's a little mini hoarder.
But then after the show.
But I got the mom and dad up. So the thing was, he probably thought that I was a kids entertainer, kids birthday party that maybe can do these type of shows. He doesn't know. And it's a 50th wedding anniversary, I think. And I got his mom and dad up there, and I did comedy cards across.
Oh yeah.
Where the dad holds the cards, and I put the cards under mom's butt, and they move across.
Yeah.
And Dad was giggling, Mom was having a blast, everybody was laughing
whole room was
so
rolling,
hard.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's just silly. It's silliness. And I think that's really what won him over, because... And I don't know these people. No. When I go to corporate events, and maybe no one ever talks to his mom like that, or no one ever... But it's just me being me, and I'll walk into a room, hey, lady, sit on these cards.
Yeah.
And, oh, my goodness. And they just do it. So, and then it's funny because it's so out of everybody's... it's not comfort zone. It's not vulgar or anything. It's just silly.
Yeah.
It's just being silly with these people.
Right.
And boy,
it's not a normal everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think that's what worked because I got them up and really turned them on to the show as well. Instead of just playing, they set kids in the front row and I played to the room. I didn't play to the little kids.
I knew you had adults. Yeah, you were picking on some adults and you were going... Yeah, and you picked adults as volunteers as well, not just all kids. You did have kids as well, but you used adults as well. So, yeah. So he ended up loving it, and Lana was thrilled after the show. He
was talking to you. I was talking to other people, shaking people's hands, and he was over there talking to you, talking your ear off. And I'm like, what is he telling you? What is he telling you? And you're like, he gave me $100 tip. I was like, wow, like, I thought it was for us.
No.
And that was on passing, because I had to go get the car, and he talked to you that whole time. And then I came in, you were like, he gave me $100 tip. Well, that's great, that's good. I thought he was giving that as part of the paycheck. And then he pulls me to the side and gives me an Italian handshake with $100 and says, man, I can't tell you how great this was. It was fantastic. And he gave me his card as a lawyer. And if you ever need law help, you give me a call. I got your back. I got your back. And then we get in the car, and you're showing me the goodie bag that the lady made and how cute that was and how sweet that was. Uh-huh. And then that wasn't the best part. The
best part was not only did he tip me $100.
Never happened, but again.
He tipped Wes $100. He tipped Lana her own $100 bill. She was tickled pink. She was so excited. He was like, and you, young lady, did a fantastic job. And so...
She produces a dove in the show. She does a final bow.
Yep.
She blows kisses.
And she was well behaved.
She was. She did great.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, really sweet of him. So to go from, you had better do a good job, grr, to giving each and every one of us $100 tip and just... talking my ear off after the show, big old smile, happy. Couldn't be happier with the show. So it all turned out well.
And I hear something like, the guy said, you better do a good job. I don't know how I heard it. Natalie says he told her that on the phone.
I told you when I got off the phone.
But somehow I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, oh, I don't like this. That doesn't sound good.
I told you I got off the phone and I told you about it. I was like, oh my goodness. I don't even know what my response to him was, but it was probably something along the lines of, well, he's been doing this for a long time. It's his full-time job and you don't have anything to worry about. And we always do a professional job and a good job. But it was just funny because he's the one that's hiring us, having this much doubt.
Yeah.
When he hired us.